Is Abby all right?
Yeah, Abby's fine. I got a room at the Metro Court, so she can recover and not worry about cooking or anything like that.
Wow, that was very thoughtful of you.
Thanks. I didn't like the idea of her staying in her apartment by herself. I know Brandon's in jail, but got a feeling she'd be safer, or she'd feel safer if
yeah,
people
I'm sure.
were around her.
I'm sure she definitely appreciates that. It's nice. Well, I have to go to work because that's what I do best. I will see you later. See you later, Michael.
I'll see you. Did you tell Sam about what happened?
No, if you want to tell Sam what happened, that's up to you. I'm not going to say anything.
Thank you. I just don't want people to start acting weird or feeling sorry for me. It's over.
What about counseling? Are you going to go through with it?
Yeah, I'm going to make an appointment.
Okay, that's good.
I don't like the idea of this therapy thing, but I promised you and Mom, so I'm going to go.
Okay, don't do it for me or your mother. You got to do it for yourself, or it's not going to help.
I'll do the work. I need you to promise me something, though. And no matter what happens, you can't tell my dad what happened to me.
Michael has suffered unspeakable pain, all because Dante had to take the moral high ground. Meanwhile, he had no problem burying a body for Brenda.
Dante didn't know that Michael was going to be sent to prison.
That doesn't change what happened to Michael, or the fact he's going to be carrying this around for the rest of his life.
You're angry. I'm angry, too. But taking it out on Dante is not going to help Michael through this.
He's agreed to go to counseling. That's why I'm here. He needs your support.
I'll be there for him. Whatever he needs, I'm there.
Then please don't marry Brenda right now.
I don't want to go talk about this right now. Look, I love Brenda. I'm going to marry her. That's that.
All the love in the world isn't going to stop her from hurting you.
Okay, I'm not listening right now to any
You're not
of this stuff,
listening.
right? 'Cause I
Okay.
can't. I just can't.
Okay, well, you know what? You need to listen to this, though. Because every time you get hurt, you go to that dark, ugly place, and it takes everything Jason and I have to pull you out. Only this time, we won't be able to. See, all of our energy is going to be focused on Michael and getting him out of the hell he's been living. And Michael doesn't just need Jason and me, he needs his father. So, right now would be a really bad time for Brenda to push you into a breakdown.
Hey, you're awake.
Hey.
Where'd you go?
I just went to the bakery with Max, because, I guess, people, test wedding cakes. So we're supposed to make a decision about our wedding cake tonight. Are you okay?
Carly was here.
Of course she was.
She wanted to talk to me about Michael. He's going through a rough time right now.
Is there something I can do?
Show me the option cakes.
There's chocolate and double chocolate and dark chocolate, chocolate mint chip.
Yeah.
Look, Dad is a powerful man who got where he is by not showing his weakness. If you were to find out that I wasn't strong enough to fight off Carter, I'll never get his respect.
You got nothing to be ashamed of.
I don't want Dad to know.
I mean, you got to do what feels right to you, but Sonny, I'm going to tell you, nobody thinks that you're weak. Look at what you did for your mom when Jocelyn was born. And Morgan and Christina after the bus crash. It doesn't get much braver than that. Hi.
Yeah.
Brenda's not Here.
Yeah, well, her wedding dresses, which is no small feat considering the absurd amount of time I was given to pull this wedding together, and the fact that Brenda has a dress, let alone a custom-made one, is a miracle in and of itself.
I'll let her know.
Oh, no. I had to call in several favors to make this dress happen. I'm not just going to hand it to you.
I don't know when Brenda's gonna be back.
Then I'll leave it in her room.
Sorry, Brenda drives me crazy even when she's not here.
She makes Dad happy. That's what matters, right? This wedding's a big deal for Christina and Molly. So putting up this whole thing is like a present to them.
Okay, so tell Brenda that she needs to make a decision about the cake by tonight. If we wait until tomorrow morning to play the
Brenda has a phone. You can call and tell her yourself.
Yeah, I've tried, Einstein. She's not answering.
I know. Try leaving a message.
Thanks for hearing me out.
Well, you know what? I just think your dad wouldn't want to know. Maybe help you out.
You said this is my decision.
It is your decision.
I don't want to tell him. Let's leave it at that.
I can't.
Okay, things are always easier when they're black and white. But life has a lot of gray. This Balkan situation is one of them. Right now, you're on the same side as Jason, but it doesn't mean that you support his business or that you're a bad cop.
That's exactly what it means.
You know, I would be more worried if you weren't second-guessing your decisions, because people who think that they're right all the time are usually making the wrong decisions.
It's my decisions that are the problem.
I don't know, Dante, you're getting upset about things that are out of your control. The judge should have never sent Michael to prison. It's not fair. I know that you're pissed about it, but giving up is not the right answer.
Sometimes it is. I mean, that's what's happening with us, right?
You know, I don't even know why I'm surprised. I mean, this is standard operating procedure for Spencer men.
Well, Tracy went into this marriage with her eyes wide open. She knew exactly what she was going to get.
I'm talking about you. How did you manage to get Maxie back on board with the plan?
Oh, are we jealous?
All right, Granny. So is this the part where you throw this big fit and you pretend to be mad at Luke and...
First of all, do not call me Granny.
Hello, family.
You're back.
Told you. Slow night. You didn't grease the palm of the gaming commissioner? I was waiting for your return to reopen. I figured when your shipment arrived, you wouldn't be far behind.
Wifey.
Did you miss me?
So much. Wait, no kisses. I got a bad cold. Give me a hug.
Baby.
Oh, so
Well, I guess sometimes love does trump outrage.
I figured the next time I was going to see you, there were going to be prison bars between us. Thank you so much for leaving me out of your most recent scheme.
You're so welcome. Good to see you. You know, marriage is all about trust and understanding. You should take notes.
This calls for a celebration. Where's the wine?
It's safe in the back.
Good. I'll take this and store it with the others, and then we'll crack open a few bottles and have a toast.
Don't bother looking for the jewels. I already found them. Looking for these?
What happened to the other deal where Maxie was going to sign for the costume jewelry?
That was our decoy.
That was really nicely done, Spank. I love it when you hold my jewels. Now hand them over.
Not a chance. I'm going to consider them a down payment on the $10 million you still owe me.
Hey, they are worth a hell of a lot more than $10 million.
Good to know, because I'm going to add to it all the money you've pilfered over the years, the pain and suffering, and I think we'll call it even, which means that you and I get to start our marriage off on equal footing. Ooh, that must be so liberating for you.
I went to a hell of a lot of trouble to get my hands on those. And I've had my eye on them for months.
I'm thrilled, because they're mine. All mine.
Tracy Quartermaine, you're under arrest for jewel smuggling.
I know what you're gonna say. Dad loves me unconditionally.
Yes, he does. We all do.
Yeah, but he also has his doubts about me. That's why before it came out that Dante was a cop, he was talking about grooming Dante to take over the business.
Yeah, because Sonny wanted a different life for you, a better one than this.
No, he was going to give the business to a guy he barely knew because he didn't think I could handle things the way that he did or the way that Dante could. Look, if you were to find out what happened to me, that'll only confirm it.
You know, I think it's actually opposite. Sonny deserved to know how strong you are for surviving, for not letting what happened in prison define you.
Breaking up with me is the right thing to do.
So that's it? You're not gonna try and get me back?
You're better off without me, right?
I don't know, it sucks because I was starting to remember what an incredible guy you are. And it's not every day that you find someone with the courage of their convictions. I know that you're going through a lot right now, and I'm not going to make it more complicated. I just hope that you make the right decision.
Not only is there a clear conflict of interest with your questioning my client, the fact you denied her counsel is a blatant violation of Ms. McKenna's rights.
Siobhan was Mirandized like any other suspect. She's well aware of her rights, not that I owe you any explanation. Weren't you hired to handle her visa? This arrest is completely unrelated to Siobhan's immigration status.
I am still her attorney. And you are denying me access to her.
I'm not denying her access, sir. She hasn't requested an attorney. And I'm allowed to hold her for 48 hours.
Without pressing charges, yes. But not as an avenue to abuse your position as a peace officer.
She was picked up for suspicion of kidnapping and assault.
Yes, your word, Detective, suspicion. Yet you are treating her like a terrorist. Now, regardless of how I was originally retained, I am still her attorney. And the fact that you are denying me access means I shall file a suit.
No, like, you can see Siobhan as soon as she's through being processed, okay? I'd say you're looking at maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. So, you better get comfortable.
Not likely, given the instruments of torture being passed off as chairs.
Officer, I need you to come with me.